The Q system is much maligned at this point, and sadly it deserves it. The touchscreen overload with no real buttons that offer tactile information. It's just hard to use while driving.
And at one point I just wanted to stop touching the thing because I couldn't make it respond. The seats are harder than I expected, and I still think GM's crash test dummies are entirely too fat.
The back seat on the ATS is just tight. The worst legroom and headroom of all three of these.
So of all these cars, this one has the most horsepower.
This V6 has been a lot of GM product. It does provide a good amount of grunt here. You're not lacking for power, but it doesn't have the kind of insane thrust of the BMW, and it doesn't have the frenetic nature of the Lexus in full sport mode. And it's the only one of these three cars that only has a 6-speed transmission. I can't believe only goes with 6-speed transmission, but this is where we're at now.
You used to think 6 gears was a lot. No longer. It doesn't take advantage of the power coming out of this car. But the transmission doesn't really know how to use it. It's sort of like you have to ring the engine room. You have to ring up the transmission department and make a special request that, okay, I want a gear change now.
It can't compete with the Beamer on powertrain, transmission, and sheer grunt. It just can't keep up. I have to think that most people that are going to buy this car are probably going to buy it to go cruising on the freeway and commute back and forth to work. And if you're doing that, you're never going to realize how really precise and agile the ATS is. The harder I drive the ATS, the more I realize how much balance and performance is lurking in this chassis.
It's that magnetic ride control. GM's engineers have done a brilliant thing. They have figured out how to make this car handle like it shouldn't. And it comes alive when you're in sport mode and traction control is off. You're gonna surprise everybody who rides with you.
Of these three cars, this Cadillac has so little body roll it actually feels like it's in a different class of vehicles. The way it handles compressions over bumps, the way it stays planted mid-corner, the fact that it rotates right here in the dead center of the vehicle, right beside your hip. These are all things that keep the car from surprising you. You know exactly what it's going to do, and you can make it do what you need.
The ride quality through the corners, the handling is absolutely brilliant. It is so precise through the corners, but yet overboosted. It's too easy. And therefore, it is the most accurate steering of these three cars